Here we go, for real. All right, here is a round 2 fall draft 2020 fall 2022 draft tournament. Fudge me, I got the record button. It's okay, I already did it. Draft tournament match. Team Guinan's fielding Skimmy and Chikrum. Team Nathan has Psychoraven, and EllusiveCracker is tagging in. Fat Nerd was unavailable. Maybe Jesse will take the spot permanently. Not sure. We'll come back to that later. We've got Chikrum with a purple, Skimmy with a green. Pretty good aura starts all around. Defenses for 3. Psycho Key with a rock shot and a hyper kick shows some aggression here. Not pushing it yet. Jesse says, I'm being careful. Skimmy's in range, but doesn't have, we don't know the shield. This would be a great time to look for some team attacks or fakes, but like I said, let's go for Chikrum. Chikrum doesn't have any shields.
I'll take that if he shoots me.
Blaster out of Skimmy. That is Skimmy's signature move. He is a blaster fan. Hyper kicks coming in, trading with a 6 damage blaster. Not super good for our friend Jesse over here. As a note, we've got quite a few jumpers in this match, so blasters are going to hit pretty hard. An accidental fake on Chikrum's Fortress. That hyper kick is going to stop getting use over there unless we do some more fakes or play for low aura. Fortress of Iron and Bullet of Fire are seen. Blaster from Skimmy up high. That +2 would have broken that Iron Skin without, but definitely broke it this way. We're not looking at taking 6 damage, so we're getting back to base. Shield Breaker gets through that Fortress. If we can get in through the Blasters and Bullet of Fires, we are still shieldless, so it is kind of scary. Especially because we're in base and Chikrum can reset. Ice Sword, second or third use, slowing that aggression. Skimmy gets to dig while looking from above. Chikrum has a Fire of Gehenna to try to keep people out of his base. Skimmy is the winner of this right now, 20 health. Able to dig while putting down covering fire. Great base positioning here. Chikrum, he has a shield that blocks that hyper kick, but he probably wants a little bit more defensiveness. Oh, the shield breaker's good. Interesting, didn't follow up with the hyper kick, but we got a Psycho Knife down to 5 health. We are now 1 shot from a blaster, 2 shots on Cracker. We saw a Photon Burst. Took a little bit of damage to the pickup, overwrote either the blaster or the Photon Burst, and 4 more damage. Photon Burst still in hand, blaster gone. Chikrum, after losing the Fortress, has 4 attacks. One of them is Bullet of Fire. None of them is Bullet of Fire, just a Ice Sword known. Kind of even here, even though the health's lower, without that, just the laser blade here, without the ranged fire, we don't have as much danger coming from Team Skimmy Chikrum. Good jump on that laser blade, but this is not where you want to be. Defenseless, hasn't been able to dig. And there goes Psychoraven. Yeah, that was a battle of fighting in Chikrum's base, and it did succeed. They got a kill on Chikrum, but that continued aggression from Skimmy kept them low enough to die to a couple hits. I think I heard Pano, but we're going to see in just a second what it ends up being.
Alright, I'm using what I did in the second game.
Alright, it's Pano. That's the choice of Psychoraven and Jesse.
Got it, okay.
Let's see. There was a deck called Rico, and it was not the one picked. Interested to see what this is. Obviously, they haven't had a lot of time to prep together. 2 greens out of Skimmy is interesting. Kind of a low aura start. 3 greens between the team. 4 between both. We're looking for some damage buffs probably across the board, and no shields besides this Flash Hole. If anyone aggresses soon, it's going to be kind of bloody. Skimmy got that 4th aura and took 6 damage. I didn't hear the sound of what it was. Let's see if I can turn this up a little bit without overwhelming. Shield on Chikrum. We've got some balanced hands coming out of the teams. Besides Psychoraven, without a defense this time. And outside, meaning in constant fight with Skimmy right now. Got a backup coming from Jesse with a Flamesword Bolt of Fire. Those 2 heats were used, the chance, it looks like, from Chikrum, which means I'm looking at gosh. Trance and Optical Aura probably means a Rico, but only at 6 Aura. Very notable that Armoros is big for slowing
Everything
things
is my
down.
target. I guess
Kind of an even match here.
Aura is
Skimmy's got
not
a dig,
reviving
fix his
fast enough for
stats.
me.
Chikrum is looking for 7th Aura and found it. We got the stat fix. There's going to be an Opti Trance Rico coming very shortly. We're pretty sure of it.
You want me to pop that?
No,
Says
keep it up. I need. I was trying to get. I was gonna try to
Psychoraven with the Judgment. Jesse wanted the Opti long enough to use the second heat, but it was probably best to get rid of it, to be honest, because the Rico's coming.
There's a Lunar Force in my base. I'm not gonna place that down because I don't want to give them that advantage.
We hear Jesse says, no Lunar Force right now. I don't want to get beaten up by a Rico. Very good choice. Keeping their health high, even though Jesse has not found Aura. The slow dig with a lot of important skills in hand. Psychoraven gotten a good hit on each of them over there. I'm still not 100% sure what he's been using. We're going to have to see once we get closer.
Damn, I actually don't want to do that.
Alright, I'm getting rid of it now. Okay.
7 Aura on Skimmy and Chikrum. They're both near Psychoraven. That's Rico's being shot. We need to get in there fast, and Jesse knows it. They're going in.
We don't have anything too spectacular right now.
Oh, Thor's hammer connects. Nice. So Chikrum, Trance, Ricochet Laser, and Rian. Pretty strong hand with some variety of ranged options. Looks like Flame Swords are only melee right now on Pano, which is interesting. Haven't been able to get in yet. Rian coming out of Psychoraven. Lots of Fortress, not very much melee. Unfortunate, but it makes sense. It happens. Too bad we lost that Flash Hole earlier. We couldn't take a Rico with it.
No, they're both back there by Chikrum's spawn, I believe.
The Rico players say, let's hide by the stairwells. Let's hide in the room. And that makes sense. Though we're spawn swapping, which means that Jesse and... is that Chikrum's base? One of each can't currently dig, notably. Psychoraven looks like he's taking the opportunity to stay near his base but not grab anything. Good jump with that Ricochet Laser.
Lightning Sword and Skimmy.
Lightning Sword. We've got a Fortress, but we're definitely in danger of taking Rico hits or Rian hits and not being able to Fortress. So we've got to be careful. Psychoraven down to 3 does mean that the health totals put a little bit of pressure in. Chikrum doesn't look like he can get one shot by anything. Psychoraven can get one shot by everything. He is the one cartwheeler in this match, though. That is notable.
Yeah, no, that's alright.
Alright, let's go to my base.
Impact Burst breaks a Flash Hole, makes Chikrum vulnerable for now. Skimmy with the Photon Burst. Too bad he was low on Aura. I love the ballsy hits. We get through that Lightning Sword, get through the Photon Burst, take very little damage in a pickup while dealing a little bit. Good on Jesse there.
I lost my Bullet of Fire, but that's okay.
Yeah, Bullet of Fire is probably the least important skill in the hand right here. Not a bad one to lose.
Let's try to make it to my capsules real quick.
They said, will you please come with me to my capsules? I need to dig. And I agree. 17 versus halfway through for everyone else. Reset on Chikrum is probably a good call. Health total's pretty even. Everyone's got a shield but Chikrum right now. Chikrum probably needs to go back and find that. Currently his shield is Ricochet Laser. And that's not the worst one, but better could work. Skimmy is stuck away from his capsule. That's Chikrum's spawn in the staircase. Skimmy has a hand that probably can play, so it's not too detrimental, but it is notable that he is out of his base. Fire of Gehenna, this late in the game, is pretty dangerous. It is a 2-shot, or that comboed with the Rian or Flame Sword to kill. But he's kind of zoned pretty far out of this fight by that Ricochet Laser. Not having that Flash Hole is detrimental. That one, our new one. Ooh, can't afford to do too many of those. We've got Rians and Lightning Swords on the enemy team. Well, died a couple ways there. They communicated. They get the reset. Damage Skimmy's low.
Alright, well, Skimmy's at 1 health at least.
Skimmy's at 1 health at least. I agree with that. Rians and blocks, flame sword. Oh, the trash getting Chikrum down is vital to this going in the favor of Team Nathan for a moment here.
Okay, we got Chikrum.
Oh my gosh, down to 2. Swords are coming in, and that's the finale on Pano. The trash into a photon burst was huge. Chikrum not having a shield for a while, using the walls as his shield was a big issue for a minute. Definitely made that map kind of hard for them. They didn't really get a choice to force a fight inside, and you could see that it let them get sorted when they were a little bit more in the open. Interesting that Photon Burst was a big player from a couple of people in that match. It got some hits.
They're gonna pick lane, it looks like.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine.
Alright, gotcha.
We're hearing lane is the next map. We are tied in this set going into game 3.
Yep, I'm gonna do that one with the vibe laser, rapid cannon and stuff.
Alright, okay. Yeah, I might need help trying to get them together for me to do Psycho Burst, but yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That's probably the hardest thing for me is just getting the Psycho Burst to line up, so yeah.
Alright.
If you can help with that, that'd be great. Okay.
Alright, you heard those comms and the plans, and then we're going to return to lobby. Who's doing it first, though? Jesse's a trooper. We're returning to lobby. We weren't on lane.
Sorry about that. Oh my god.
And
oh my god.
Pano number 3. They just want to take all of Jesse's rating. How rude.
What the? Why did it close?
Oh, apparently I...
Psychoraven with some button press issues. We're getting there. Lobby restarting.
Alright, let me know when it's back up. Alright.
Yeah, it's back up.
Cool.
Alright, the game's back up. We took our intermission.
I think we can pull this off, I think, still.
My apologies.
No, that's totally fine. Alright. We need Chikrum now to go into the game. Oh my god.
Alright, we're in lane for real. We're waiting for Chikrum right now to try to rejoin.
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't host. You screw up. Sorry about that, Chikrum.
Alright, we're now tied. Going into game 3 for real now.
Got a good aura.
Good aura start, a shield breaker, purple's all around, shields all around. Psychoraven on 2 aura is the only flaw of this start, so we gotta kind of watch that.
Everyone's got a purple except you.
Everyone's got a purple except you, yep.
Okay, man, I got a good aura, okay. If they do vicious though, that might suck, but...
If they do vicious, that might suck. I agree, because you're at 7. But I don't think we're worried about that based on what we're seeing. Skimmy's picking up and doesn't have a yellow for an Orber Amulet, so unlikely to be vicious by Chikrum. Everyone's on 4+. We've got a heat in play. We're looking for a shield breaker hyper kick into Chikrum. Turb says no. So the turb came from Skimmy, it looks like, as the only person who could have cast it. Chikrum with an environmental. We've seen nature so far out of him. Not sure what that could be. It's a lunar force, unsurprising. We've got some nature faith standard stuff from Chikrum. Tiger strength hyper kick is going to hit really hard if we can get in, but Chikrum has 3 shields. Skimmy has a shield. Jesse is not feeling confident to get in, and Psychoraven is biding his time.
Another Psycho Shell, which is not good.
Alrighty, Skimmy coming in. We've got blasters coming out of Psychoraven. Took Skimmy's only shield. This is the time to push, and he sees it. We're going. Jesse's going in. Another shield, and he turns around. Nope, never mind. Chikrum's 3 shields are now going to go head-to-head with this hyper kick. Dark Hole being one of them. Dark Hole broke to the blaster. That was 2 blasters gone from Psychoraven, if memory serves. Lightning Sword on 4 cost. Flame Sword coming out of Skimmy. We've got a bloodbath.
Go back up. Oops.
repositioning, trying to get the angle. This hyper kick hasn't been able to get pushed in, but Psychoraven's been shattering shields, and eventually they're going to run out, and that's when this aggression is going to be more meaningful. This Psycho Shell
I'm gonna go back to dig.
is holding up.
See what my attacks are.
Jesse says, I'm going to go get my other attacks. This hyper kick's not everything I want right now. Psycho Burst is pretty big. Rock Shot's really good angles. There's no wrong choices here. We're going in with a Psycho Burst. We're going to crack some shields or faces. Chikrum's above, looking for some advantage in height. Skimmy is behind, not sure how close. Fire of Gehenna cracked the Psycho Shell, and we are now in a bad place with Skimmy looming in the distance. Rapid Cannon trying to put some pressure on Skimmy, gets a little bit of damage in. We're looking for the didn't break it. Got it. Traded hits, Fire of Gehenna, Rapid Cannon. Didn't work out super well for Jesse. Known Fortress, but didn't crack it because it didn't connect. Looking to try to find it from another angle, but Fire of Gehenna is pretty dangerous. Looking for the height advantage. The Rapid Cannon's actually doing a pretty good job of holding them at bay right now. The chip damage is where this game is going, and we haven't seen anything but a Fortress for shields that they have left. So, ideally... Oh, that Hyper Kick almost hit. That would have been wicked. Ice Sword's getting to 5 cost. It's pretty expensive. Only a couple uses left on that. Skimmy's out of range, but should be just around the corner. Reincarnation. Shooting at the shielded person. Very interesting. Ideally, someone wants to use some mid-range on Jesse here, and we decided to do it. Fire of Gehenna punished the jumper out in the open, and that was done. Looking to get hits, trying to crack that. Hey, did 7 damage, died, went back to base. He says, maybe I need a different attack. Let's not go in melee with that shield. Psychoraven took a hit too, also shieldless, not sure what cracked it, probably Fire of Gehenna. Chikrum, if this succeeds, is going to keep talking about how Fire of Gehenna is his favorite skill. Please, guys, don't let that happen. Psychoraven picked up a shield. He does have pressure above his base, but if the shield is sturdy, it should be okay. 5 damage, Dragon Bullet trades with a big Fire of Gehenna. One hit for both Skimmy and Chikrum. Chikrum has the high ground. We're looking for a reset we're talking about. They're trying to pressure, though. Don't slow down. They're both 1 hit. Chikrum goes down to a self-kill for a reset. Trying to get a kill on Skimmy or some pressure on Chikrum in melee range. Psycho Burst does not connect. Hyper Kick's missing. We've got the kill on Jesse and Skimmy. Ice Sword hits on Psychoraven. That's kind of dangerous. He is 1-shot to a Fire of Gehenna. He dodges the Fire of Gehenna. He's unfrozen. He picks up Jesse at 5. 1 shot. Chikrum at 3 health. Skimmy went down.
Not too much, but okay. Skimmy just got.
All right, we've got a reset. Health totals are all low except for Skimmy, but oh, walked right into the Flame Sword. Unfortunate. Learning is not blocking that Flame Sword, and Psychoraven is down. The Learning could block a Fire Gehenna once, but only once. Rian is what it blocks, and takes another one in the back. Sometimes Learning just doesn't act actually as a shield, and that's what we saw this time. So we are now on game point, Chikrum and Skimmy. That game was all about the shields and who had the high ground. Fire Gehenna was shield snapping. Rian was hitting jumpers without shields.
I'm comfortable right now doing highway, I think, right now.
Jesse is voting for highway for game 4.
Not vicious, though. I'm just going to do vibe run.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't do vicious. Yeah, we don't. I don't want to risk that. That's, I think, too risky right now. It's threat 2-1.
I think just,
Lunar Force Gehenna was rough against only a Psycho Shell, but Jesse could have taken Rock Shot and attacked. Yeah. Obviously, I'm mostly just going to talk about the what happened, but the what ifs, I definitely like the Dragon Bullet and Rock Shot angles without shields. Sometimes you can hit the people with high ground relatively easily, because if they're aiming down at you, you need to do something about it, not just be a sitting duck. But we've turned this around. We've got a good shield, a boost mine, a heat. We're close to each other. Skimmy probably has boost mines too. This is going to be a quick vibration match, is my guess.
They're boosting too. Skimmy's got 1 or 2.
Hopefully, both teams learn that positioning is key because that is going to be huge in this game. We see a twist laser, we know vibrations coming. We've got an open spawn for Skimmy and a closed spawn for Chikrum. We definitely have some people who are going to be able to hit each other pretty easily. So it's going to be who has the fastest traded damage and who has the best shields. Jesse looking for an angle on Chikrum. Got Armoros, watch out that heat. That it looks preemptive in some ways, but that is huge in reducing the pressure here from Jesse that hasn't even been able to start, frankly. Coming up with a blaster still, but if that's a flash hole, well, a broken flash hole now. Pretty good for us. Dash on Chikrum is going to make it hard to hit because everyone has high amounts of aura. Angel's Wing isn't going to erase anything, but it's going to block that -1 blaster and twist laser super well. Psychoraven looks like a trance into Vibe Laser, getting some pressure on Chikrum. Although he has dash, you know, you're just going to take a hit from Vibration Laser eventually. Takes the blaster hit, the better of the two. Blasters from up high, we see positioning again from Skimmy, using those medium range skills from above, just peppering him, but the same is happening at Chikrum. We're getting back to base finally. Keeps getting those hits on Chikrum. That's big, though Jesse also taking them. Slide gives us better angles if we want them. Blaster didn't go far enough in the long range there. Able to block everything right now except for the 5 damage laser, which broke the shield. Big deal. Skimmy's jumper. Jumps the Rian, though. Props there. The dash is big for positioning, but Chikrum doesn't look like he has a strong offense. Just a blaster. Maybe he's got a vibe skill that he hasn't been able to pick up yet. Chikrum's dead. Skimmy was at 20. Yeah, we've got a good guard of a body. Skimmy's got a shield. This isn't the worst position to be in. They don't have a lot of pressure. That vibration laser is not at long range. It looks like that was probably a manual, unless he was backed up really far. It's going to become medium range really soon. Jumps off, takes a lot of damage to do it, doesn't land in the hole. I lied. Lands in the hole. That's basically game, and unfortunately, unless this is a flash hole taking that laser, I don't see any way of Skimmy getting it. It is tied up into game 5. Again, that was all about positioning. Took some hits from above, and then just got caught in the firing range of that vibration laser. There were a lot of options to be hidden in a base that was like up behind the staircases. Instead, in the open dying, weren't close enough for a quick pickup, and then an unfortunate fall through the hole. Twice, right? Fell through the hole, couldn't make the pickup because he fell through the hole again. Very unfortunate way. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think that pickup had any chance of a kill with a shield, and the yellow clearly wasn't also a dash or anything. Might have been a boost mine amulet. 20 damage fast.
Which one should I use?
Teardown plus crawlers or Gehenna. I like the arsenal names. We're unsigned, where everything ends and begins. This is game point. Some kind of standard nature faith coming out of Jesse. No shields, but a good aura start. Probably a lunar force from Skimmy if things are staying the same.
No defense, unfortunately.
3 aura both for Skimmy and Chikrum could be bad, but a slide laser says at least I have some pressure. Not very much, but at least a little bit, making him take some steps.
I think that was Skimmy, yeah.
Taking a hit. Jesse's being a little bit impatient with the capsules, but this damage is not going to be meaningful right now. Psychoraven's coming to pressure Chikrum.
He has an iron skin, by the way.
That's a big boost mine. If they can't not deal damage, nope. Okay. That boost mine definitely set them up into the normal range of aura. No punish yet. Broke a flash hole. Bullet of fire for some damage. Gets jumped. Probably overriding the second Rian. We need to dig for a shield on Jesse over here. Skimmy says the same after losing that flash hole. Looks like Psychoraven lost the Rian too. Probably didn't have 6 aura or shot it below 6. Just picked up some aura, so might have been not there yet. Did take a flash hole, but now Jesse taking double lasers is bad. Takes the weaker one first, which is important. Chikrum can crack that shield. He knows that. He's coming in melee range here. Not a good trade. Chikrum definitely has the advantage with this big blaster and laser. Decides the blaster's not worth it. Going over to Psychoraven, says I'm at 4 health and no shields. Let's be together, friend.
Alright, do you want me to reset
Skimmy
you?
hasn't lined up the lasers yet, but they've got to be coming
Alright,
shortly. He must be coming with a blaster again. Gets a reset.
oh, no.
He overrode a flash hole, notably. Maybe he had a second one. We've got big hits from Jesse. We just need to get in range. Coming from behind, in the middle, we see Skimmy's close. Chikrum's close. No one has long range at the moment. Psychoraven very safe, and a big Armoro swatch. Takes Jesse to the negatives again. 2 damage re-in is something, but definitely not scary.
Here, this is just Tiger Strength Rush. Just if you can put pressure though, I can weigh damage.
A guard from Chikrum, so guard, Tiger Strength. Probably a laser or blaster is the last one. Don't know which one left in his hand. Slide laser last we saw. What I'm interested in is I saw a guard, haven't seen another shield. This flame sword is where I want to be. To be honest, I want to be in there with that flame sword and not back here with that slide laser. Let's see if that's the same decision Jesse makes soon. I guess maybe he wants to stay close to his capsules, look for that return nature of Purify would be helpful. Yeah, that throwing away that re-in was big. Definitely changed the course of, shield his opponents for a while.
I don't want to use it right now because I want to be like you if I get down.
We're repositioning. We're keeping away from blasters and lasers. Jesse has to use positioning here. The Fortress will not handle the spam or the double hits. Looks like he's going for Skimmy. Skimmy's going to hit him with a blaster. He's going to dodge. Skimmy with blaster. We've seen it before. Broke the Dark Hole to fire Gehenna. That's its job. We are at 3 health. That is dead to anything.
Good to know.
Going in the air, Chikrum doesn't see it, doesn't shoot the re-in in that direction. Tries to hit Psychoraven, who is a pillar of defense this game. Just kidding. Traded hits, but it wasn't that bad. Bullet of Fire taken cleanly, and dies mid-animation to a blaster. Psychoraven has an easy pickup, but eats 6 damage re-in from Chikrum for it. That is dangerous. That is deadly to Jesse. You cannot not look at that. Armorosis says I want my damage back. Psychoraven kind of vulnerable for a second, but didn't take a hit from that negative stat. Flash the Willow. Needs to use some space. Needs to take this Lunar Force down is what the Cracker Psychoraven team needed 3 minutes ago, to be honest. 1 health. Can he get to the pickup? Can he get the... Oh, barely. Aura particles. We needed aura. Yeah, they didn't save up for too many double shots. Dead near the center. Not the hardest pickup for Psychoraven, especially because lasers haven't been shot in a minute. Just blasters and re-ins. He has some... Doesn't look like anything's too broken over there on the sign. And Chikrum goes in the air and just gives it free. He's going to re-in, but definitely not going to meaningfully hit here. Skimmy with a twist has a good angle on Psychoraven, but after the pickup doesn't really have anything to utilize it. Lightning Sword is a good idea, but very dangerous. Very, very dangerous to be the only attack to have here. I would not be surprised if he goes down quick, and he did. It is becoming harder for Psychoraven to get these pickups, but he's nearby. Didn't take any damage for that one. Flashel needs to take a laser for Jesse to survive this life. Unfortunate animation timing there. He wasn't at 3 aura either.
There's just pressure all over you.
Skimmy says, this twist is how I protect the body. And Chikrum staying in 6 damage re-in range. Probably really smart. I don't know how Psychoraven's going to get up there. He's Tiger Strengthening. Maybe he wants to hit. He is now 1 shot from the re-in, not from the laser, but he doesn't want to get hit by it now. Guard won't erase anything, but it will block everything as long as they don't double hit. This is the pickup that decides the game, and trades, unfortunately. Chikrum and Skimmy take the series 3-2 with a bloody lane. Poor Jesse under laser fire from our position here. Nice job on Skimmy being the artillery that round. Chikrum with some bullying, and their teamwork and their timing seems to have paid off. They clearly practiced into that, and Psychoraven and Jesse tried their best, but just barely didn't eke it out.
Yeah.
good games to both
Hey,
teams.
it was good
Thanks
that
for
last one.
watching,
I just
everyone.
put the